How do you flip things around going into this week with the short week?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a funny schedule, but it's good because you got that Thursday night game during the season, and you got some Monday night games and short weeks. And, it's good practice for us to have to turn around right after a game, have a hard practice on Tuesday after a Monday night game, and then be ready to play in a couple days, get your body right, and it's good preparation for the season.
Jacoby, we've talked about it before how you guys had been having a good training camp and trying to get on the same page. Then preseason opener, he has a couple of drops, and there was the pass that went deep for an interception. And did you guys talk much about that afterwards? Did you just write it off as, all right, look, this has been great, let's not worry about this, or do you make the corrections and move on? How did you guys approach it?
Oh, definitely. We talked a lot about it. The interception was my fault. It was not his fault at all. It's completely my fault. The drops, that's part of the game. And I've thrown Jacoby a lot of balls, and those are the only two balls I remember being dropped from last year, this offseason, OTAs, minicamp, this training camp. Demo's been hurt, so he's gotten a ton of reps. I've thrown him 100 and something balls probably, and completed most of them. The incompletes were either because of good coverage or bad throw. But it's not something that needs to be talked about. Jacoby understands. He didn't. It's nothing that needs to be talked about. I have complete faith in him, and he'll catch the next one. I told him right after having him come right back at you, give you another chance, and I know the next ball I throw to him, if it's a bad ball, he's going to go make a play on it and make a play for me.
Talked about after the game about the interception. That's what preseason sport. What do you mean? So what do you sort of mean by that?
Well, we try different plays, different shots, certain protection, certain shot, and that's you try to put guys in positions to see where they can really succeed at, and we try to double move, big play action, 7-step drop, deep downfield shot. Looking back at the film, I learned a lot from the play, holding the safety with my eyes, being better with my head where my eyes are before the play. So you need to take those shots in the preseason before the bullets start firing and see how guys run on double moves. Are they better off running a deep post or just a straight go route? How defenses adjust our speed on the outside. Just little things that you can pick up off the film and getting within game experience.
You're a guy that's played a lot of games in your career. When do you know that you're ready? How much action do you need in these games? Is there a point? Is there something that you're looking for, a feel or a certain amount of reps? Or?
That's a good question. You just feel ready. I don't know if there's a certain amount of reps. There's definitely a certain amount of reps in practice. But once you played the game for a while, you really need the reps in practice. You see yourself on film, watching yourself make mistakes, right reads, good throws, bad throws, whatever it is. When it comes to game time, most of our guys are pretty experienced guys. They've been playing long enough. They don't need to just hit. Be ready for the regular season. There's some rookies that we're counting on with me. Guys like Duran and Rod, they really need to get knocked around. They have to face press coverage and good coverage. It just kind of gives them a confidence that you need to know when you're rookie. Because there's a point where you're kind of like, I don't know if I can play in this thing, and you find that out for yourself. But for the most part, vets, you need the reps in practice. You need to feel comfortable with an offense within what you're asked to do, and just go out.
Your observation of Coach Allen, lots of times rookie coaches will really dive into their field of expertise. If you're an offensive coordinator and you become a head coach, and you're offside, if you're a defensive coordinator, it's pure defense. Coach Allen seems to be kind of embracing the overall part of it. I think you see that he's got his stamp in pretty much every area of this team.
Yeah, I think one of the most impressive things he's done is hired a great staff. I think head coaches get involved and probably more involved than they want to if they don't completely trust who they're hiring. But I'll tell you, he trusts who he's hired. He did all the research he could have done. He hired Coach Knapp, to me, is phenomenal. Coach Carver, just having a chance to play against his defense and talk football with him and talk, what hurts this coverage, what hurts this coverage. Very, very intelligent, very, very bright, very young, but very, very bright. So I think more than anything, he just trusts the guys he's hired. He doesn't feel the need to have to go over and interrupt or cut in. He believes in those guys. He believes that their system will work. He does a great job, not completely coming in and taking over, and then, a position group's hearing things from the head coach, an offensive defensive coordinator, and the position coach. He does a good job of letting his coaches coach.
Guys, we have time for just one more question.
Last year you were in a unique situation. You came on late. This year you have the opportunity to have all of this. How much more confidence does it give you coming into the season, having this, working with everybody day in, day out?
A ton of more confidence. There's no comparison to, where I'll be at week 7 or 8 this year as opposed to last year. And just getting the experience and the reps I need now will pay off come week 1. All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Carson.